Imagine this: what if the person you trusted the most turned out to be the one secretly hurting the person you loved the most? This story will shake your heart, and before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, because stories like these remind us how precious family truly is, and how life can change in a single moment. Now, let's begin. Armen Khan was a self-made millionaire. Despite his wealth and success, he was known for his humility and deep love for his elderly mother, Noor Begum. She had raised him single-handedly after the death of his father, sacrificing her own happiness so her only son could have a bright future. Every decision, every sleepless night, every prayer Noor had whispered was for Armen. And Armen never forgot that. No matter how high he rose in life, his mother remained the center of his world. Recently, he had gotten engaged to Zara, a beautiful woman from an influential family. To the world, Zara was charming, graceful, and affectionate toward Noor Begum. Friends and relatives often praised Armen for finding such a caring partner. Armen himself believed that at last, he had found a woman who would love not only him, but also his mother. Life seemed perfect until one evening when Armen decided to return home earlier than planned. It was a rainy evening. Armen's business meeting ended sooner than expected, and instead of informing anyone, he thought to surprise his mother and Zara with dinner. Smiling at the thought of spending a warm evening with them, he quietly entered his mansion. But the smile vanished the moment he heard a sound echoing through the hallway, his mother's fragile voice, pleading, followed by a harsh, cruel tone. Armen froze. The voice was Zara's. He rushed toward the living room, and what he saw made his blood run cold. His elegant fiancée, the woman he had been planning to marry, was towering over his frail mother, her foot raised, kicking the elderly woman's leg as she struggled to stand. "Why don't you just stay in your room, old woman?" Zara hissed. "I'm going to be the lady of this house, and you won't control me." For a moment, Armen's heart shattered. The betrayal, the cruelty, the hypocrisy, it was too much. He sought his mother, trembling, clutching the armrest of the sofa for balance, tears streaming down her wrinkled cheeks. Noor Begum hadn't noticed her son enter. She thought she was alone in her suffering. "Enough!" Armen's voice thundered across the room. Zara spun around, startled, her face drained of color. Armen's usually calm eyes now blazed with fury. "How dare you raise your hand, your foot, against my mother?" Zara stammered, trying to twist her words. "Armen, it's not what it looks like. She was provoking me. I lost my temper." But Armen cut her off. "Provoking you? She gave you respect. She welcomed you like a daughter. And this is how you repay her?" Noor Begum, realizing her son was home, began to sob uncontrollably. "Beta, don't ruin your relationship because of me. Maybe I said something wrong." But Armen knelt beside her, holding her hands gently. "Ami, you are my everything. No one in this world has the right to hurt you, not even the woman I thought I loved." Zara's mask crumbled. She grew defensive, shouting that without Armen's wealth, Noor was nothing but a burden. The words pierced the silence like daggers. Armen stared at her in disbelief, his heart heavy but resolute. "Zara," he said firmly, his voice breaking slightly. "We are done. I will never marry someone who cannot respect my mother. You see, wealth is a prize, but the greatest treasure I have is her. And I would give up every penny, every mansion, every luxury before I ever let someone harm her." Zara stormed out, her pride wounded, leaving behind the shattered illusion of love. Armen sat by his mother's side, tears slipping down his face as he kissed her forehead. "Forgive me, Ami. I brought a snake into our home, thinking she was an angel. But I promise you, from today on, nothing and no one will come between us." The days that followed weren't easy. Whispers spread in society, with some blaming Armen for breaking the engagement so abruptly. Others hinted that he was being too dramatic. But Armen never cared. He publicly stood by his mother, declaring that no amount of beauty, wealth, or charm could replace the love and respect a person must show to parents. His courage inspired many, and gradually, the story of his decision became a lesson to others. Love is not real if it does not honor family. Months later, Noor Begum's health improved, as if her son's unwavering loyalty had breathed new life into her. Armen, though still hurt by betrayal, found peace knowing he chose rightly. He began using his wealth for good, setting up a charitable trust in his mother's name, helping widows and single mothers, women who, like Noor, carried the weight of their families alone. And one evening, as Armen and Noor sat in the garden, she looked at him with tearful eyes and said, "Beta, you may have lost a fiancé, but you proved yourself as a son. That is worth more than all the gold in the world." Armen smiled, holding her hand. "Ami, if I have you, I have everything." And that's the lesson of this story, friends, never let anyone disrespect your parents. Success, love, and riches mean nothing if you forget the hands that first held you. If this story touched your heart, make sure to like this video, share it so others can learn, and subscribe for more stories that remind us of the values we should never forget. Because at the end of the day, love fades, wealth changes, but a mother's prayers, they last forever.